Look, understanding human psychology is extremely important, and understanding the way one of the best marketers in the game right now is doing it is also important. Okay. We have a billionaire on marketing psychology, what he's using right now to get people into cryptocurrency. I want to talk about that so that you can learn for yourself how to bring people into crypto. Why? Because if you do that effectively, you can build cash flow systems. People don't get this. It's not all about trading, okay? Although we made this video here on August 12th, and I was pretty accurate about the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum coming down. I've specifically said this. I think everybody in the industry saw that video. Specifically said that we're probably going to come down. You don't need a short, okay? I don't even think I'm in a short. Like, I might do it just to make some money, but I'm not the guy that shorts, and most people are not, okay? Most people will do 10 times better with a nice dollar cost average strategy at the right time. Okay, there's a wrong time to dollar cost average, and there's a right time to dollar cost average. At the right time, dollar cost averaging, when we get closer to the bottom, which I do think the bottoms that you guys see it right here, I said it. And again, the video on August 12th, there's going to be a load up zone. There's going to be a load up zone. When we get down there, okay, it'll be a dollar cost average opportunity. But right now, that could be in a couple months. That could be in like 2 or 3 months. Right now, the time is to build cash flow strategy. This is what we need to do. This is what 90% of people need to do. You need to build a business that allows people to come into crypto, bring their liquidity, and you should get paid for showing people how to do that. So I want to talk about marketing psychology of a billionaire and what he's currently doing to get new people into cryptocurrency, all right? And then using a good dollar cost average strategy is probably your answer, all right? So if we come over here, we have Will, I want to show you, basically calling the drop. Now, we did, again, I called it in the video, but he was just way more accurate. He called it specifically in how far we could potentially be going down. Now, I don't think that it's over forever. I do think we're probably going to get another rally up to this trend line here. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a rally up to this trend line. I don't think we're going to go down just yet. The timing looks a little bit off. I think it's going to be towards the end of the year when we really get to this load up zone here, this purple area here. And this is for Bitcoin. But as you guys know, my goal is to invest in high risk, high reward opportunities, and altcoins are the answer, in my personal opinion, to true financial independence. I mean, Bitcoin's probably going to double or triple, but these altcoins with 10x, 20x, 50x, right? So, when Bitcoin starts to reverse, it's altcoin time, right? It started to get into these really low market cap altcoins, low price altcoins, not all low market cap, because some of them are very risky, but some of them, the prices are depreciated by like 90%, right? 95%. So it's on discount. Like, it can't really go further down, in my personal opinion. So, I will be loading up in this load up zone with as many altcoins as possible. The ETH merge is around the corner. So in my personal opinion, maybe I'm wrong. It's hard to really tell these days, to be honest with you, but I think they're going to rally up one more time because it's supposed to be halfway through September. So we have a good amount of time. We have literally 30 days. That's a long time. That's like 20 years for some people, right? So I do think they're going to push the market up one more time to the top trend line here. Maybe I'm wrong. And then from there, we'll get our last fall back down after the ETH merge, sell the news event. That's my official thoughts. And then we'll get back into that load up zone. So I'm going to be patient. And I'm going to be building cash flow systems. Now, here's some more evidence to us potentially going down. It's the S&P 500. So as you can see, I, again, predicted this in my last video pretty accurately. I specifically said that we will come down. I specifically said we are coming down, okay? S&P 500 looks a little shaky right now. And this is, stocks, obviously. So that means all risk on assets in general are likely to suffer. That's what I'm thinking here. So it's going to bring crypto down with it. Now, it could be like a little sideways trading or whatever the case is for the next couple of days, and then it brings it down. It doesn't really matter. I just think the overall long-term trend is going to be down. Now, I wanted to point your attention to the top 100 altcoins versus Bitcoin dominance. So this chart here is showcasing, again, the top 100 altcoins versus Bitcoin dominance. And I want to just kind of bring your eyes to the long term. So these white lines are the halving events. I don't know if you guys noticed, but altcoins are beating Bitcoin over the long run. So as you can see from the beginning of time here, altcoins have been gaining dominance. It's been gaining dominance, gaining dominance, gaining dominance. So this is obviously a good thing for the fact that the money-making opportunity is still around the corner. So there's no reason to get discouraged, right? There's no reason to feel bad about things. And to be honest with you, you could see that in 2017, 2018, we actually had this downwards trend here. So you could see that this is a downwards trend. And what that basically means, the top 100 altcoins were losing dominance to Bitcoin. So you can see, again, if I bring it from here to the top here, top 100 altcoins lost 38% dominance against Bitcoin. But look at this bear market. This bear market, it's sideways. It's kind of crazy. It's actually kind of crazy. There's no downtrend. It's clearly sideways. So clearly altcoins, okay, altcoins are holding up way better. They're holding up way, way, way better than they did before. So there's no reason to be scared. Altcoins are going to flourish in the future, and they are on massive discount, and you can take advantage whenever you want. But I highly recommend people just understand who they are as a person. Most people can't time the bottom. They can't time the top. Timing's very hard for them. It's very hard for everybody. It's not something you typically do. Vast majority of people can't time the market. But I will say that the dollar cost average strategy at the correct time with cash flow is probably the answer for the vast majority of people. For the vast majority of people building cash flow systems, and I do think from just kind of looking around the industry, people are starting to mirror what I'm saying, because I said this like 2 or 3 months ago, and it looks like people are all agreeing with me. It's time to bring some liquidity into crypto. It's time to show people what crypto is, right? What is crypto? What do we stand for, right? Decentralization, communities. It's time to set ourselves apart as an asset class and get to the next level, right? Look, Bitcoin's slow. It's expensive, right? You can't really build on Bitcoin. There's no opportunity for anybody else on Bitcoin. It just doesn't make sense that this is a dominant thing because, again, we have Web 3.0. We have all of these beautiful opportunities, and I think everyone kind of understands that. So, altcoins they're beating Bitcoin. It looks like it's going to take over the show, and it's going to offer so many people so much opportunity. Now, if we look at the U.S. dollar currency index, guys, I do think it's probably going to go higher before it goes lower, in my personal opinion, and that's signaling that people are losing confidence in their governments and buying U.S. dollars. So I've explained this in multiple videos, but the gist here is that when they lose confidence in their countries, when other people lose confidence in their countries, they essentially buy the U.S. dollar because the U.S. dollar is the strongest, and it doesn't lose as much value as their country. So this is, again, hawkish Fed policy. We're continuing down that path. Should be bad for risk on assets, and this is just another indicator for that happening. Now, if we look at USDC dominance, okay, you can see that when it goes up, people are buying USDC. When it goes down, people are selling it. Okay. So, it looks like there's a downtrend at this point. Now we're coming up to this point here. We haven't broken it officially, as you can see here. So we did make a bounce. Maybe it comes back up. That's what it looks like to me, because we bounced off this trend line. Look at this candlestick here, right? So it looks like people are going to jump into USD. So that means, again, bad thing for the market, unfortunately. But again, when people jump into USD, so when this goes up, when the dominance of USDC goes up, that means that there's people buying USDC. And what do they usually buy it with? They buy it with crypto, volatile assets. So you can see it's even to a certain extent kind of going parabolic at this point. So people are definitely getting out of the market. There's going to be one more major crash. I don't know for sure when or how or whatever the case is, but just like we predicted before, it's going to continue down this path, in my personal opinion. Now, let's jump into the part where we can learn from somebody else about cash flow. Very interesting. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him, Richard Hart. Definitely one of the craziest characters in all of cryptocurrency. I mean, look at this guy. And we've talked about him before on the channel, in his marketing efforts and what he does. And basically, the man's doing the only thing I've ever seen from a coin founder to get as many people into crypto as possible. Obviously he's trying to get into his coins, and that's fine. But when you get somebody into crypto, they start looking at other coins, and, he's doing a good thing in my personal opinion for cryptocurrency as a whole. So you can see Hexagon Girl, shout out Hexagon Girl. She's cool. She said that Richard Hart was in the Sunday Times. Now, if you look it up, the Sunday Times has a circulation of over 650,000, which exceeds that of its main rivals, including the Sunday Telegraph, the Observer combined. That's ridiculous. So he's getting a lot of views. Obviously, he's trying to meme himself. So people don't get it, but memes are they're like culture on the internet. They're like, those moments where you're with your friends and you're acting goofy and funny. It's like culture for the internet. So like for him to have the confidence to do these things, no founders about that. Like no one's doing this. Like, and there's no wonder there's a lot of people backing him up and basically he's been on every show with his bags. And I know to a certain extent, he doesn't even care that much about the bags. That he said it before. He's just specifically flexing because he knows that's what people want. Now I have a graphic here and I'm gonna go over this a little bit more detail for people that don't understand it. But this man is doing everything in his power to bring as many people into crypto as possible. He was in a Fresh and Fit podcast. It got 861K subscribers. He's over here in Miami in a club promoting. He's buying more designer. Now, again, like I know a lot of people are just like, man, he's stupid. It sounds dumb. But you just really don't understand marketing because if you look at look at the most famous people in the world. They're not flexing as hard as him. To a certain extent, I think he's trying to meme himself. But look at the rappers, right? Look at the most influential people, the actors, right? To a certain extent, this is what they show. This is what people want. He was on multiple streams. Like, look at this. Destroys Hater. He was on the SOS cast. What is this? Valuetainment Money. So he was on Patrick Bet-David's side podcast. He was on a video with the Wolf of Wall Street. Could you guys please explain to me? He was with BitBoy Crypto, obviously, and they did a vlog together. And he also is just destroying people. Look, just at least watch what he's doing because, again, I think, in my personal opinion, it's revolutionizing marketing and cryptocurrency. We're going from this boring tech, this boring technology, super sophisticated, no one really understands blockchain technology to a high level. We're going from that to building an industry that is very similar to what we're currently experiencing in the traditional world, with rappers and influencers, right? And that's what he's trying to do. To a certain extent, he's showing everybody, hey, if you want to get on these podcasts and these publications, and you have to be like them. And I think that's what he's doing. And again, I don't know. That's what I've got from his videos and his interviews. He's doing it for marketing purposes. He's destroying the Bitcoin maximalists for marketing purposes. He's flexing as hard as he can. And I saw in his recent interview that he made money off of him flexing. So he made money off the watches. So it's not even expensive from a marketing perspective, right? And he's coming out with this big movie. This big movie is coming out, and it's going to be crazy. So let me explain it a little bit deeper, and then we'll finish up the video with some marketing books that I think are very important to read to understand these things. So in marketing, and by the way, we just dropped FS 2.0, and it dives into this a lot deeper. But from marketing, there's kind of three different types of audiences. There's cold audiences, there's warm audiences, and there's hot audiences. Okay. And the gist here is the cold audiences know nothing about your product. So for example, people that had never heard of crypto, they're cold, right? You got to warm them up. They still believe in a traditional banking system, right? They don't even know what investing is, to a certain extent. Never heard of the Federal Reserve, or they just don't know what the Federal Reserve is doing, right? They follow mainstream narratives, right? And they're watching news. That's the perfect perspective. They're literally still popping open the TV to watch news. Those people are listening to finance on mainstream news outlets, right? Cold audiences. He's reaching out to them and he's making some people mad, but what is hate? What is love? What is hate? What is love, right? It's all kind of the same thing. It's just an emotional thing. It's a polarization. It's polarization. He's polarizing, right? So everybody's seeing this billionaire guy coming from crypto, this billionaire guy with think about it, right? It's literally, he's getting in their face, right? And he's warming people up, right? And the warm people in crypto are usually, not all the time, but usually they go into what? Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? It's they don't really understand true decentralization. They don't really understand the tech that much, right? They think that Bitcoin can't be hacked and it's the greatest thing ever because that's all they've ever heard for the past 5 years. And they kind of heard of crypto and they kind of heard of Bitcoin, right? So he's warming them up. But while he's warming them up, he's destroying the Bitcoin maximalists, right? Obviously, his whole pitch is that it's better than Bitcoin, and he's getting them hot, right? Where people understand high risk, high reward. That's the way to go, right? Investing in altcoins, that's the way to go. Understanding Web 3.0, understanding DeFi, understanding what utility means, right? And the way he's doing it is to a certain extent genius. Look, what do people want? They want money, cars, jewelry, designer. Obviously, that's literally what everyone wants. That's If you look at Instagram, you'll see it all over. They want like the best body. They want, the fastest car. And if you go to his description, I own the world's largest diamond, the quickest Ferrari, most expensive Rolexes ever made. I raised $27 million for charity, and he makes people rich. Like, what is more? He's trying to match the mainstream narrative and with the people that just don't understand what's going on, and they're just living in through their day to day, right? And they don't even know that finance is what you should be doing right now. They don't even know inflation's affecting them, right? He's reaching out to the simplest of people, the people that just don't care, and he's trying to get them to listen. He's trying to get them to pay attention to what's going on. And it's interesting because no one else has ever done this before. So I do think that this marketing is effective. It's clearly effective. He's getting on all the podcasts. If you're not watching what's going on, all the publications, all the podcasts, he's getting on all of them, and it's back to back too. I know you guys are watching it. Please explain another crypto founder that's doing this. Please tell me in the comment section below. What are the crypto founders doing what he's doing? He's one. I don't even think he cares about it to a certain extent. Like, maybe he does, but I don't think he does. I don't think he does. From watching his interviews back in the day, I think he's doing it just kind of almost like a sacrifice, right? To just make it happen for the crypto community, to show people what we really need to, the next level, I think is what he's doing here. He's trying to show as many people as possible, what it takes to truly get famous. And not just within the crypto space, but within the whole world. I think that's what he's trying to do. And that is very interesting. Leading by example. Don't bet against his projects in the future, because his marketing is clearly one of the best in the industry. He survived a lot of suppression. He survived suppression, and he's getting through it. And his token, Hex, appreciated by larger percentages than any other token. So from the money perspective, he won clearly, and he's making people rich. So pay attention to what he's doing. His marketing is strategic. He's thinking 10 levels deep. And I think that's what I missed before. Now, let's talk about some marketing a little bit more, because again, how this can relate to you is, look, if you're trying to build an audience, you got to show them you're serious. Maybe not, twerking on a pole, okay? Maybe let's leave that up to Richard Hart. But you got to show them that you're making money. You got to build your own narrative. What's your narrative, right? I'm a guy, my narrative was I came from nothing, right? So if you guys watch my old YouTube videos, it's real. My narrative was being real. I was just this guy, and I wanted to be an entrepreneur, made a whole bunch of businesses. They failed, and I failed in real time, and I showed you guys. And then eventually a couple businesses worked, and now I'm here today, right? So this self-made dude that made money by himself without, it's the entrepreneurship dream. That's essentially my narrative, right? So build your own narrative. What do you want to do? Even if you're not rich, it doesn't matter. Just understand what he's doing. You don't go buy fake Gucci bags and pretend like something you're not. That's wrong. But at least giving the perception of what you want to be and showing people that you have enough passion to push through. Crypto is the path to true financial independence. These things, right? You have the passion to push through, right? And you're going to get there. And maybe you didn't make money off crypto this cycle, but you know people that made money. You don't even have to put your face in the marketing outlets. You don't even have to put your face on Twitter or Instagram or anything. You could simply just make really good content showing the crypto dream. And if you watched the last video, I showed you guys how to do that, how to pitch the crypto dream to everybody, right? So take advantage of that. This is one really good book. Trust me, I'm lying. It explains the media on a deep perspective. Here's another book, Contagious. It actually shows how things go viral. Read these books, right? If you read these books, it'll take you to the next level. Not only that, but you'll understand how the marketing works for the projects, right? So you can understand when to get in and when to get out. You can understand who has good marketing and who doesn't. Look at Richard Hart's marketing, right? Contagious explains a lot of this, like these very crazy marketing viral tactics that people use to go viral, right? And I've used it before too. You guys know I've done crazy marketing things to go viral, right? So he's bringing awareness to cryptocurrency, okay? Blue Ocean Strategy, all right? This is another one. This shows you how people do things that are different to separate themselves, okay? So these are 3 marketing books I highly recommend. But yeah, it's pretty much the gist for this video. I do think maybe we make one more leg up to that top trend line on Bitcoin, just to give you guys a brief perspective. I think we're making one more leg up here to this top trend line. Then we'll get our dump. And and in the load up zone, for the vast majority of people watching this video, I highly suggest you build a community. Build a community to develop cash flow. Let me say it again. build a community to develop cash flow, and then dollar cost average at the right points. That is the answer, I think, for the vast majority of everybody watching this video, no matter how much money you're making either. Because if you understand how communities work, then you'll understand why certain projects have the best communities and why others don't. It's that simple. And as you guys probably experienced by now, cryptocurrencies are 95% marketing. It's 95% community. It's 95% you pushing it to new people, word of mouth. So if you understand how to build one yourself, you will be the ultimate investor. And you have built a cash flow system that allows you to consistently buy the dip over time and helping the cryptocurrency industry and helping your fellow brother, your man, like everyone around you, all the people you're talking to in the Discord groups, those anonymous people, you get to help them, right, make money as well. We're not going to win unless everybody gets together, okay? If everybody gets together and makes a big effort to build this thing out, right, get it to the mainstream public, tell more people about cryptocurrency, that is how we all win together. It's called reciprocal altruism. That's how I came up. I made videos for years for free for cryptocurrency. I didn't make any money off of any crypto videos. I made hundreds of videos for free, right? Reciprocal altruism. What you put out in this world, you will always get back. So, yeah, put something good out into this world. Show somebody cryptocurrency. Go tell 5 people. But yeah, it's pretty much it for this video. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this. Catch you guys in the next video.